Hey, everybody. It's Crystal Iris, the Bossette Extraordinaire. I am a life coach and consultant to women, and I help women to break their own barriers in relationships so that they can ultimately live a happy life, experience more love and passion and purpose in their life. So, welcome to the lunch break. We're going to be real super quick because lunch breaks do not be that long. I'll do my spiel, and then if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. So today we are learning the 5 ways to shift your mindset and break your own barriers when it comes to relationships. Because a lot of times, we go through these things in relationships and they really teach us stuff about ourselves that are not true. They teach us things about ourselves that are not true. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So the first thing that you want to be able to do in order to shift that mindset is to make a decision about what it is that you want in a person. I just created this super dope, super quick checklist. It's a boyfriend checklist, and you can just use it just to be able to evaluate and to assess if this person have like the basic stuff that you might be looking for. So are they supportive? Are they family oriented? Do they have children? Do you want children? Do they not have children? Do they want to have children? Do they have a good personality? Are they humorous? Are they fun? Are they loving? Maybe what's their love language? So I have that checklist, and I'll make sure that you all have it. That's a good way for you to just decide exactly what you want. A lot of times we go from relationship to relationship and we experience the same things over and over again because we don't truly make a decision on what it is that we want. So number 1 is to make a decision and also decide that you're not about to keep playing games with these people. Stop playing games with folks. Just tell them what you want, make your expectations known, and then we can move on from there. But sometimes, a lot of times, when we have barriers in relationships, it's because we let things go by the wayside. If they are a good personality, but maybe they have this one flaw, even though it really irritates us. Like I always use the example of a cigarette smoker. They might have on the checklist that I'm talking about, they might be able to check off all of those things. But if you don't decide that they got these but if you don't decide that you're going to also look for these red flags, you might be able to bypass some of those red flags. And because of that, things just start building up. But decide that you're not compromising yourself. You're not compromising your morals or your values. If you don't want a cigarette smoker, you do not need to have one. Okay, keep them there. Make a decision and move on. So number 2 is the introspection. Number 1, decide. Number 2 is introspection. So one of the things that I thought was very powerful that I did before I met my now husband was I kind of did like a assessment and an evaluation of every relationship that I had been in, whether it was romantic relationship or if we was just kind of messing around doing freaky stuff, or if it was somebody that I was genuinely interested in, but we wasn't necessarily intimate. But that allowed me to look at each relationship and say, what was my part in this? Really have an appreciation for the relationship, whether it went good or it went really, really bad. So in that, you can, I have some questions that you can ask yourself. You can write down one person. Do you all have pen and paper? You can do a reaction or something. If you have pen and paper, I'm going to give you a quick little assignment that you can do. Okay, good stuff, Jennifer. Okay, Tracy. Okay, so write down one person that you were in a relationship with. Let's just start with that one person. And then make a list of the things that were good about that person. So actually, I'm just kind of feeling something, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Let me do a whiteboard. Let's do this together. I'll use one of my examples. Okay, so let's call this person Phil. Okay, so this is Phil is my, let's say he was my boyfriend. The good characteristics about him were that he was family oriented. Let's say he was had humor. Let's build this together. Jennifer, Tracy, you all can you can unmute if you want. Just throw out some good characteristics about the person. Respectful.
Hardworking.
Hardworking. Mm-hmm. Let's say he got a job.
Right.
A job, career. So he got some money in the bank. Okay, we need that.
Know how to manage money well.
Okay, listen, manage money well, because they might be having money, but they spend it crazy.
Okay.
On J's every week. Okay, so let's start there. Let's think about some of those bad characteristics that a person might have. Let's say they might be, I'm going to use the word manipulative. Maybe controlling.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say like one-sided.
Okay.
If it makes sense, like what applies to them and then you doesn't apply to you. Like it's good for them but not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take accountability.
Yes.
Okay. Unable to take accountability. Let's say he I'm just throw like cigarette smoker in there because that's always my example. Okay, so when you make these lists, right, and I'm just checking my notes, that's why I'm on my phone, because I have my vent sessions with the Lord through my phone, and so I vent through the recorder, and then I take notes in my notes section. So that's what I'm doing. So when it comes to, let's go over here. When it comes to the good characteristics, let's think about, this don't want me to be great today. So let's say reflection is over here. If you want, you could actually add it like under good characteristics or something, but we talking about me. This is you. Good characteristics for them, and then this over here is you. Okay, so if the person is family oriented, then you can look at yourself and say, is this am I family oriented, or what part about me reminds me of being family oriented? You know, am I able to connect easily? Am I loving? I want you to start thinking about how other people are a reflection of you, right? Wait, let me start over. Everybody that you meet is a reflection of you, whether they have good traits or they have bad traits, because we all have flaws and all of that good stuff too. It's important for us to not necessarily judge people and not necessarily judge ourselves, but to be reflective and introspective when it comes to meeting different people, so that we can, in essence, check ourselves too. So we use people as a checkpoint. If somebody is humorous, if you're dating somebody that's humorous, then what about me is humorous? Or is that something that I don't have, and maybe I want to be more humorous? Maybe that's something that I admire in that person. Are they respectful? In what ways are they respectful? In what ways am I respectful? So under the reflection part, that's what you're asking yourself. What part of them do I admire? What part of me needs work? And it's the same thing when it comes to the bad, or let's say flaws, okay? The flaws that need to also have some changes. This is my favorite part because it's so easy to see good in people, especially being women. Like, we're nurturers. We like to see people and be like, oh, they're just so great. You know, we see the heart. We like the way that they treat us. They got money in the bank. You know, they look good. But we let the red flags, these bad traits, you know, fall by the wayside. So, but it's important for us to also check ourselves in these too. So if a person is manipulative, right? So what are some things that they might do? If they are manipulative, what does that mean? I'm gonna let my dog in real quick.
Mhm.
Hey, get in here. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So if a person is manipulative, what does that mean? Okay, I'll answer for you. It means that it's actually kind of like this one-sided, unable to take accountability thing. They might say one thing, but they really don't mean it for you. It don't apply for you. They are tricksters, right? Let's say that they are tricksters. I think that's a good way to describe a manipulator. If they are a trickster, right? Let's reflect in a way for us. In what ways am I a trickster? You know, I really don't like that they constantly try to find me lying about something. What is it about me that's constantly trying to find a lie? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
I'm telling you. It's the same thing when it comes to, I'm almost done. It's the same thing when it comes to controlling behavior. If the person is controlling, they're trying to control you, they get all up in your business and stuff like that. What a part of you is controlling? Who are you irritating to? Who you irritating? Who you aggravating over there? Okay.
Myself.
I'm telling you. And it's a very powerful activity to do this. And it doesn't mean that your controlling behaviors are going to show up the same way that theirs are going to show up. But if they are they're trying to control you, you might be able to reflect and say, where am I controlling at? It might be that I'm trying to control the way that my kids are going to behave all the time, or I'm trying to control my workplace, or I'm trying to control, what's it called? Micromanage, like my team at work. It could be something like that. What area in your life are you controlling? And then you can also flip it. What areas do I not have control? What areas do I try to control? What areas do I need to have more control in? It might be finances that you like, you know what? I need to get a handle on these finances. So, and then once you have all of this stuff, then you can do an evaluation and really say, how can I change? So when you ask these questions, what areas do I have control in? You could say, okay, I think I do pretty well, or I do really well at home, but maybe I need to take more control about cleaning up, or maybe I need to tell the kids that they need to do XYZ a little bit more or something. Okay, so whatever it is that you identify in somebody else, just flip it over to yourself. If the person is a cigarette smoker, that means that they have like a habit, right? It's a bad habit. It's a habit that may cause some other health issues or something. Well, what habits do you have? Do you have the habit of eating? Do you have a habit of procrastination? And I'm just saying that because look, I didn't have, y'all.
Procrastination.
It's that eating for me.
Look, don't look. I love me some food now. I've been dropping a lot of weight, but shoot, the
I
holidays
know,
came,
I
I was
see.
like, whoop, skip that. I've been eating my tail off. Okay, so that's what I have for this part. Do you all need to write anything down? I'm gonna erase it and then move on to the next part.
I have
I
it.
think I'm good.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, good. So the next part, number 3 is, okay, so wait. Number 1, I'm having fun with this thing. Number 1 is decide. Number 2 is introspection. That helps you to change your mindset because now you got to think about your own stuff. Number 3 is speak positive. Manifest. So
Yes.
yes. So I like to use when I'm manifesting. Okay, first of all, you all tell me what are your thoughts around manifesting? What is that to you?
Speaking it into existence.
How would you do that?
Positive affirmations. Sometimes you can create like a vision board. Meditation.
Affirmations. Okay, I'm gonna add something to it. Manifestation really needs energy behind it. It needs the emotions behind it. You have to start getting excited about what you want. So the reason why I put this, everybody knows, about positive affirmations and stuff like that. It's kind of not that new thing anymore. For a minute, it wasn't, a lot of people wasn't talking about it, but now a lot of people are talking about it. When you really want to manifest something, you have to put the emotion behind it. Not just the emotion either, but the energy, the action behind it. So speak positive, yes. And when I say speak positive, don't just say, I will find me a good man, or I will leave this man because he is a terrible person. Whatever the case is, okay? I don't know what y'all love life is looking like right now, but no matter what it is, let's just say, I'm working with somebody now who is literally on the verge of leaving her husband. And it took her a long time to get there. It's something that needs to happen. But the time has come and I'm working with her to leave her husband. So it's about being real with yourself. Don't say what you will do. Say what it is right now. What is happening right now? You have to speak it as if it is already happening. Put the plan together. The plan might happen the way that you want it to, but we all know that God will reroute a plan. We just saw 2020, okay? We all had plans. We all had plans. Some great things came out of 2020, and then there were a lot of not so great things that came out of 2020. But be open to receiving the way that it's going to come. So when you're manifesting, you have to say what it is, feel it, create the plan, start moving, get the momentum, and then just kind of let it ride. And see how it's going to show up in your life. The other thing is to be what it is that you desire to have. That's also a part of manifesting. Be what it is that you desire to have. If you want somebody who know how to manage money well, you also need to know how to manage money well. If you want somebody who goes to the gym or have a healthy lifestyle, and I'm not talking about size, I'm talking about they're just healthy. If you want somebody that's like that, you also need to change your eating habits and change your lifestyle, walk or whatever it is that you have to do. So all of that goes into manifestation.
Okay.
Any questions, or y'all have any other ahas or anything like that?
Sounds good to me. I mean, this is actually helping because I am married, but
Mm-hmm.
this is actually helping to make me see things from a different perspective and how to approach my husband in certain things too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad. So, and it's I really like this, and I forgot to say this part for this manifestation part, but I am very big and an advocate for vision boarding, but also vision statements. So a little bit different than affirmations, but a vision statement. That is when you are literally writing out those I am statements, but it's everything that you really, really desire to have in detail.
Okay.
So it's not just vague. I just showed the ladies in my BYOB course, which is
Mhm.
it's a 12-week program anyways. I just showed them where I had manifested my now husband like years ago. I had wrote it out. I wrote it out. I was very detailed. I said that how he was a creator, he was fun, he was loving, he was supportive, family oriented. I had all of these details in it. And every day, right after I am Dr. Crystal Iris Ballinger, I would have these vivid details about my life, including who my husband would be and what type of man he would be. And so I just went back and looked at that vision statement that I was saying to myself every day. And I'm like, literally, this is my husband. This is my husband, right? Actually, you know what? Okay, so this is let me tell y'all how crazy I am. So this is not the vision board. This is not the vision statement I'm talking about. Y'all see how I cut myself out? This is not the vision. Hold on, wait. Let me stop sharing for a minute so I can tell y'all something. Okay, so this is not the vision statement I'm talking about. But in undergrad, we had to do something. We had to do a creative project about all of these behavioral temperaments and stuff like that we had learned throughout the course. And so I was like, well, I know for sure I'm going to be on the front cover of a magazine one day. So I started like doing all of these clippings and about relationships and stuff, right? So I literally just saw this the other day too. It talks about in here, let me find it. I created like all of these different articles. I man-made all my articles.
Wow.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Hold on. Because I talked about my husband in here too. See, y'all got me not off track, but I'm supposed to be telling y'all all of this. But now I'm excited. Okay, so look, here it is. So this is the article I'm talking about. This was my love article. Don't pay attention to my nails, y'all. This is my love article. And in it, I have INFJs look for charming, suave, humorous, witty, fantastically easy to approach, venturesome, even reckless. One is out to invent and the other is to promote. The promoter is the con artist, not literally, is the con artist, while the other is the entrepreneur. The INFJs look to help the entrepreneur find his soul and significance in the scheme of business and look to rescue the con artist from their still dreams. So if you all, some of you all may be familiar with my husband's work, but his the name of his brand now is called Reckless Enlightenment. So it says even reckless. Like it's just stuff in here that's like so interesting. And my husband is he's an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur too. But when it comes to the promotion, my husband is a promoter of me all the time. So I am straight business minded. I don't think about how things are going to get done. My husband is like, nope, if I'm going, you're going too. So like if he has an interview, I'm right behind him with the same interview. So it's just interesting how when you are manifesting, you get excited about it, you put action behind it, you speak it into existence, and it can really happen. Like that blew me. My mom just gave me this like over the weekend when we were doing our new vision boards. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. I'm telling you, this is good stuff, right? Okay, so
Very.
Let me go back to the whiteboard. So the other thing is, sometimes you just need to go to therapy. People think that, therapy is a bad thing. I think as a people, we are getting past that now, and we realize that we might need some mental health counseling and stuff, and that's okay.
Right.
We already know what therapy is doing. If you are somebody who may have experienced traumas, or maybe your significant other have, therapy is okay. It is absolutely okay. Not going to spend much time there because you already know what that is. This one right here is major. Build connection. So we have social media now. We're in the digital age, and things are very different than what they used to be. And it's important that we build connection. So one thing that you can do is focus on intimacy, focus on communication, like using your words, not text messages, not through phones, not through emojis, but genuine connection. And when you do this, it's not necessarily just about the romantic relationship, but you can learn how to build connection and shift your mindset in relationships by building connections with other people that are around you. So if you think about a person that maybe it's a coworker that I don't want to tell y'all my business, but I got some coworkers that are just like, they always be around me, and I just be like, get away from me. I don't always try to build connections with them. I don't always try to build connections with them, but maybe one thing that I can improve on is actually trying to build a connection with them. So, have these moments of conversations that may be deep. Everybody don't have good relationships with their family. So maybe it's a good idea to also build a connection with your mom or your children or your auntie that you don't get along with anymore, or your cousin, your best friend. Just building a connection. Even if it is with a romantic partner, it don't have to be a connection that involves sex. It could just be intimate moments, and you could figure out what that looks like for you. So those are my 5 ways to shift your mindset when it comes to relationships. 1, decide. Number 2 is the introspection. So whatever you see in them, it's a mirror. You point it back at yourself. Number 3, speak positive and manifest. You can do the vision board. Yes, you can meditate. Yes, affirmation, but make sure that you also put that energy and emotion into it. Number 4, be okay with going to therapy if that's what you need. Help yourself understand why you are the way that you are, and how you can maybe move a little bit differently in these relationships. And number 5, build genuine connection. So that's what I have for y'all. Do you have anything for me?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was well needed, actually.
Yes.
I like to hear that. Yep. Do you all have any questions?
No, I can't think of any right now.
Okay. I got something in the chat. Oh, Renee says that was awesome. Thank you, Renee. Okay, well, that's all that I have for today. I do have a boyfriend checklist. I know that you're married though, right, Tracy? So Jennifer.
No, that's Jennifer.
Oh, I'm like, okay. Yeah, Jennifer, you're married. I was like, wait a minute.
I will take the list.
You still want the list? Okay. I'll make sure that you receive the list. Let me see what else. I do have some other things that are coming up.
Okay.
My BYOB 12-week course is coming. It's been the bomb. It was only supposed to be 6 weeks, but the ladies refused to only be 6 weeks. So they've pushed it out to like 12 weeks, both times that I had it. So now officially, when I roll it back out, it'll be 12 weeks.
Okay.
I I am going to do a master class. I'm trying to feel things out because I didn't have that approval I talked to y'all about earlier, my IRB approval that I now have. So, so now, I didn't want to interrupt my class with interviews and data collection stuff. So I'll have to wait until after my data collection to roll out my class. But I will let you all know when that happens in case you're interested. The master class will probably be just one day.
Okay.
But you all are now on my email list, so I'll make sure you have all that info.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.